Hello everybody and welcome to this week's morning edition of Reel to Reel. My name is Tanner.
And my name is Aaron. Be sure to stick around after this for our noon show where we'll cover Alexander Aha's newest horror film, Never Let Go.
And be sure to check out our socials on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And give us a follow if you like what you see. Today we'll be covering the animated prequel to the Transformers franchise, Transformers 1.
And now, without further ado, let's roll out and see the trailer.
For thousands of years, we have been at war. But before, we were enemies. We were like brothers.
You ready?
Always ready. Let's punch in. Hey, watch where you're going.
What did you say?
It's not like he can transform. Hey, Darkwing.
Don't.
My finger can transform. Guess which one?
Allow me.
I appreciate you having my back.
No matter what.
What is that?
Sending location coordinates.
We're under attack!
It's an SOS message from the surface.
Fantastic.
It's time to show them we are more than meets the eye.
A cave with teeth. Nothing scary about that. Holy Primus.
I see strength in you. Take these and access your full potential.
He can transform now!
How do we use these things?
Come on!
How you choose to use this power is up to you. We roll out.
What?
Louder.
Transform and roll out!
I want to help build a better world.
Like you said, we can be so much more.
Maybe it's just me, but he's different.
Yeah, no, I picked up on that.
I picked up on that too.
What happened to my best friend?
Burn it down! All of
We have to stop him.
it! We could have built the future together.
I don't think so.
Decepticons! Rise up! Incoming!
Come on!
Awesome!
That's what I'm talking about.
Now is the time for us to stand up. Together. As one.
Look, that's Starscream, and you're Shockwave and Soundwave. Enough. Gosh, raise your hand if Wave is in your name. There's a lot of waves.
Transformers 1 is about the origin story of young Optimus Prime and Megatron, known at the time of the movie as Orion Pax and D-16, and about their transformation from the best of friends to the worst of enemies.
Notable voice actors in the movie include Chris Hemsworth as Orion Pax, Brian Tyree Henry as D-16, Scarlett Johansson as Alita 1, and Keegan-Michael Key as B-127.
Hemsworth and Johansson are best known for their roles as Thor and Black Widow in various Marvel movies, while Keegan-Michael Key is known for his sketches on Key and Peele, as well as Toad in the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Meanwhile, Brian Tyree Henry is known for his role as Jefferson Davis in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Let's take a look behind the scenes at the voice actors recording their lines.
What intrigued me was the origin story, and to be voicing Optimus Prime, this is another level. He begins as Orion Pax, as a worker in the mines. This is his journey to becoming the all-powerful, all-knowing Optimus Prime.
The pantheon that is Transformers. We want to see where they started.
Sounds incredible.
We want to see what Cybertron looked like.
It's beautiful.
And how D-16 became one of the greatest arch nemesis of all time.
It really is about a friendship where the two of them become enemies. This film has an incredible cast. There's Scarlett Johansson as Alita,
It does have a nice ring to it.
Scarlett brings Scarlett to the role.
She is strong, and she's tough.
With Brian Tyree Henry as D16.
We get to see the absolute beginning of Optimus and Megatron.
If we survive this, I'm gonna kill you! I accept those
The
terms.
fact that they were actually best friends.
Keegan-Michael Key plays B,
Yes!
also known as
Badassatron.
Over the last few movies, he's almost like a silent movie star.
Oh, thank you.
But now, we get to imbue him through his voice. I need wheels!
Lawrence Fishburne plays Alpha Trion.
I see strength in you.
Hey Aaron, did you know that Transformers 1 has origins dating back to 2015?
Really? That seems like a long time for the development of a film.
Yeah, in 2015, Paramount asked Michael Bay, Steven Spielberg, and Lorenzo di Bonaventura to brainstorm ideas for more Transformers media with a team of writers. And Transformers 1 was one of the ideas that came out of those meetings. That's also where the idea for the Bumblebee movie that came out in 2017 came from.
Wow, sounds like a powerhouse of filmmakers. Did you know that when director Josh Cooley was hired, Hasbro gave him a massive Transformers Bible that covered every aspect of the Transformers universe?
Wow, it must have been huge for the amount of history that the TV franchise and the movies have.
Yeah, Cooley said it was Tolkien-like for the amount of stuff that was covered.
Jeez, I couldn't imagine the amount of prep work you had to do to get ready for this film. I heard that the movie was set something like 3 billion years before the events of the movie. Of the first movie. Is that true?
Yeah, that's right. At least according to Lorenzo. Do you know how well the film is doing in the box office?
I do. So far, it's made $24.6 million so far. It cost somewhere between $75 and $100 million to make. So it looks like Paramount is well on their way to getting their money's worth. What do the critics think about it?
So far, the movie is being pretty well received by audiences, with an 88% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, as well as a 98% from general audiences. Overall, critics seem to be refreshed by the new take on the Transformers franchise and are excited to see more.
Me included. Well, I suppose we should give our reviews know that they've heard what the critics think.
Whoa, hold on. We still have some things to do. You know, the thing.
Ah, right. Well, while we do the thing, we'll be right back after this message.
We really try and keep track of what's going on in the world as far as what are the trends. And so when a student comes here, they're learning the marketing aspects of video production with turnkey. So they learn how to write, storyboard, and capture video, set lights, set audio, and then they learn how to edit everything from start to finish.
We believe that we are providing a transformative educational experience. It's hands-on, it's project-based, it's portfolio-based, it's based on real-world industry experiences.
They take deep dives on all of these. You know, a lot of the classes are tiered, so you get an entry-level course and then an advanced, and then, you know, you hit your capstone projects where you're bringing them all together. So it's nice the way that they structure it and help you get a deeper understanding of stuff that you may or may not have thought you already had a good handle on.
Oh, we're back. The setup of deck guys are really something, huh?
You bet, Aaron. Now let's get into the reviews. As a person whose only knowledge of this franchise is through a bit of cultural osmosis and a side-eye watching of one of the movies with no sound at a bar, I was pleasantly surprised to find myself enjoying the movie. The story did feel somewhat formulaic, and I was able to predict what kind of story it was going to be fairly quickly. But the faster pace of the movie definitely worked in its favor, not dwelling too much when I didn't need to. The humor was well done, with some good witty banter and some physical jokes that got me to chuckle, and it added a lot more to the movie than it took away. The voice cast is dominated by big names, and they do a good job in their roles. Brian Tyree Henry absolutely sells his role as D16. As his character becomes more disillusioned, his voice becomes more resentful. And once he takes his place as Megatron, his voice becomes powerful, enraged, and almost booming. He also has a great chemistry with Chris Hemsworth's Orion's Pax, which enhances the tragedy of their friendship and makes it a lot more impactful. Keegan-Michael Key's B-127 is a type of role he's not unfamiliar with, as a comic relief and sort of weird guy character that the main cast is initially put off by, but grows to become friends with. His performance is fun, but his character does feel somewhat recycled from some of his previous animation roles. One of the best aspects of the Transformers 1 is its world design. Every scene, every background is visually beautifully crafted, and the surroundings help me engage with the movie a lot more. Iacon is a very visually interesting city, dug out underneath the surface of Cybertron, with buildings not only rising out of the ground, but also from the ceiling, with an Art Deco futurist style. The surface contrasts that style, looking much more hostile with its structure's sharpness, and its desolate and shifting landscape, with the ruins of the Transformers civilizations passed on the surface before they were pushed underground. But the sun gives it hope for a better future. The animation is very nice looking, especially when the characters are in their vehicle forms. It was generally very smooth and easy to look at, although I did feel that the bots lacked weight in some of their movements, especially in their walking and running. Overall, though, I'd give the movie 4 out of 5 reels.
Despite my hesitancy about Orion's model at first glance, the lighting, animation, and overall look of the movie completely changed my mind. The movie having good lighting in each shot made everything click together seamlessly, no matter what was on screen. From the characters to the objects, light fell in all the right places. I love how Iacon City actually feels like a living, computing city. There's background characters, sparse objects, props, everything in a scene feels like it belongs there. The show don't tell method of storytelling really shines throughout the movie, and you can really see the world come to robotic life with each new scene change. This method also shows up when presenting the characters' personalities, which I thought was a subtle but nice and welcome touch. The character animation felt robotic and snappy, which is what they should feel like in the world of Cybertron. Sometimes, however, the character animations switch and become more fluid and smooth, changing the pacing and adding a nice contrast. The action scenes were super cool to me, with each character using their abilities in unique ways in various situations. The storyline was a little on the basic side, which makes sense since it's directed at a younger audience. However, there's little references sprinkled in here and there for older fans like myself. That said, I think what swayed my opinion of the story was the knowledge of the eventual fates of the main characters. Even if I didn't know how the story would play out, I knew of the eventual tragedy that would ensue, and that made me invested in the story for the long run. The production quality was really high. However, I wish we got to see more of the main characters actually being friends. Maybe some dialogue exploring B-127's past, or deeper interactions with some of the background characters. Overall, I'd give this movie a solid 4 out of 5 reels. Thanks for tuning in to our weekly podcast. If you'd like to see more of our work, be sure to check out our YouTube and Facebook pages. Do you think our review was pulled straight from the scrap heap? Let us know in the comments.
And be sure to tune in later today to see our review on the movie Never Let Go by Alexander Aja.
Until next time, I'm Aaron.
And I've been Tanner.
Bye.
Bye.